You can eat pizza on low carb. Look at that. 10 net carbs. That's actually pretty good pizza. Hey everybody, Doug back here at the Carb Smashers Test Kitchen. How are you today? Everybody doing good? Hey, today we're going to try to make some pizza. I got some dough going right here. So for the dough, what I did is I made a batch. If you look back at our list, you will see almond flour biscuits. I made a batch of the biscuit dough up, and I know that whole batch had roughly 13.5 net carbs. So I divided it into 2 dough balls. So each little pizza will have about 6 to 7 net carbs in the crust. Let's just call it 7. We're going to have 1 net carb in our shredded mozz. I couldn't find any that didn't have any this weekend. We're going to have about 3 carbs in our tomato sauce, our pizza sauce. I found this Del Grasso. It has 3 net carbs in a serving, and a serving's a 1/4 cup. I don't know if I'll even need the whole 1/4 cup, so we might cut a carb out of that. I got some other chopped up Munster cheese, provolone cheese, a little pepper jack. They're all white-based cheeses. They're gonna add a little spice to the cheese blend when we cook it. So if you need the recipe for the dough, look for the almond flour biscuit dough, and make it up and divide it into 2. The only thing I did different to this dough, since we're making pizza out of it, is I put a few shakes of Italian seasoning in there. To get that dough ball into this, I think I figured it out now. So I'm going to bring you down here and show you what I had to do it, okay? So I got parchment paper. This stuff wants to break apart a lot when you try to, it doesn't want to spread like pizza dough. But I think I got it figured out. I put a little extra virgin olive oil, EVOO, on some parchment paper here. Rub that around. And we'll put our dough ball there. Put a little more on top of it. I'm just going to get this good and slippery here as much as we can. And I got another one that's got a little oil on top. Now I should be able to just press this out until I get it about the size of this pan here. So let's see if is this looking about the right size? It's not quite round. Let's see if I can round it up a little bit better. Keep smashing her down. That looks pretty close to what we want here. So let's see what happens. It'll flip and peel. Oh yeah. Okay, so it did. It flipped and it peeled. And should be a little oily. Press it out. We can try to put some cheese around the edges and get that Detroit style burnt cheese on the end, even though it's round and not square like a Detroit style, but maybe we'll still get some of those good corners in here. We got our oven cooking at 425. Let's see what this sauce looks like on here. I'm going to do about half of it. Maybe we'll cut a couple carbs out. Kat does not like a lot of sauce on her pizza anyways, so this is looking pretty thin on the sauce for me. But you know what? Let's just go with this. And we might not want a lot of that tomato sauce on anyway. We're going to have a lot of cheese. So let's put down a base of this cheese. Like I said, this is some provolone, Munster, and it actually had a little cheddar, what was it, Monterey cheddar jack, I think it was called. But I had chopped it up to make the dough out of, and I had chopped too much, so we'll stop about there. We got some good green olives and mushroom and onion in the fridge. All of those add a little bit of carbs, but not too bad. But for this pizza, I'm gonna try to keep the carb count down as much as I can and just do a pepperoni one. That had 1 carb in the mozzarella mix right there. So we had 1 carb in the mozz. About say we're 7, 8.5, 9.5. So we're coming in under 10 grams carbs. This pepperoni I found, I went through a lot of package where I found one coming in at 0 net carbs or 0 carb total. It's a Sugardale. See what one of these tastes like. Tastes like pepperoni. No. Do this up. These are like old times. I'm a pizza guy from way, way back. 10 net carb pizza. God, I hope this is good. Alright, we're going with a lot of pepperoni on there. So we're going to throw this in the oven for 10 minutes, and in the magic of television, I'll be right back. Cooked this more like 15 minutes. I didn't think the bottom was getting done enough. Actually, in hindsight, maybe it'd been better to cook it with just the dough for a little bit first, but playing around with it here, it looks like it's going to come right out of the pan. Yeah, it's sliding right out. That's very nice. I'll hold it up for you there. It looks pretty nice. I got a wheel somewhere, but this knife here too, good job. So I'm going to go right through it. And while this was cooking, Kathy went ahead and made herself one with mushrooms and olives. So hers might have a couple more carbs, but she didn't use any pepperoni, so I don't think it, now you see, it's got a little waggle to it. Let's see what it tastes like. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot, hot, hot. Well, let's see if we're hitting the low carb pizza. Oh, that's actually a pretty good pizza. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this video, a new and improved one, at a later date, and I think I will cook the dough for a couple minutes per side, maybe, before I make it. What? Oh, man. Yeah, you can eat pizza on low carb. Look at that. 10 net carbs. I like it. Pretty good. I'm going to show you what Kat did over here with hers. It's not quite done yet. Took a little longer, but look at hers. Hers is coming out looking pretty good too. Yeah, it looks like it's moving away. See? I put that, you see it sliding? It's wanting to slide right on out. But I'm going to let this one go a little longer to get her crust a little crunchier on the bottom. I would say it's a success. It's tasting good. Hey, could you like? Could you subscribe? Can you enjoy the little things? Until next time, it's Doug and Kat in there. She's not ready to be filmed today. It just got me on the Carb Smasher video today. But hey, until next time, bon appetit. You know what? You could just put cheese and a little more Italian seasoning on top. Cut it the other way and you'd have some cheese bread. Like ICB from Little Caesars or something like that. This is real good. And the edge does have that little Detroit edge on there. Like a corner of a square. A little burned cheese taste. Till next time.